I've heard a lot about you, and I'm excited to talk to your team, but you've been in the industry for quite some time.
Yes. Well, yeah, I'm a computer engineer, but I started doing real estate when they were very little because I traveled so much for work. I didn't want to, when they were babies, I would carry them with my nanny all over the United States. But then when they went to school, I'm like, I can't keep doing that.
Right.
So I didn't want to, miss their childhood. We lived in Connecticut, and I remember going in the train to Manhattan with my tears in my eyes, like, oh, and I left them with the best nanny in the world. We still have contact with her because she was incredible, but I wanted me to be there. Yeah. So I think this career is perfect for that because it has a very flexible schedule. I mean, I would show houses when I could, and if I can't, and since you work so much on the weekends, they would stay with their dad on the weekend, and I could just work more. So I've done it. I started in 2005 when we moved down here, and I got my company since 2007 because I went to Venezuela and Colombia, and we just made relationships with real estate agencies there. And what the managers there told me is like, it's better if you work on your own, so you can make decisions and you can work with other agencies because some of the big companies, they have very strict rules about that. So I did that, and it's been great since then. I've worked a lot with international buyers, so that for them it's amazing too because they buy sometimes properties, and they need all that. So now what I was doing, I was doing picking people from here and there, and then, like I said, sometimes they wouldn't do the job they should, and then my clients blame me. Like, because if you recommend someone, then
of course, it's
so that's tough. I'd rather hand it over to you, and they'll blame you. No, I'm kidding.
So that is a huge part of it. It's and ultimately, we're trying to elevate your reputation as well.
Of course.
And we know that leads to us being able to just create a longer lasting business relationship. Being investors, we work with investors as well. We have quite a few under our belt, and international investors, it's something that we're trying to grow as well because they're not here. So ultimately, again, they're trusting you, right? Yes, I'm sure they can go back and forth to see what projects they want to get involved with, but ultimately they're leaving that in your hands. So if you can have a team behind you where you can say, hey, not only can I find you a good property that's priced well, they can do the work for this amount, you could potentially sell it for this amount, then you have the full team for them, right? So that drives home and makes it a lot easier for them to work with you and trust you. And alleviate the stress of them having to handle the project as well. We are constant with updates. So when an investor, or really anyone, is working with us, our project manager, which is my husband, Jose, he handles the project management side of it. They are getting images every day, if not every other day, of what we've completed for that day. They're constantly in the loop of what's going on. They're not kept in the dark as far as how the project is progressing. Do we make mistakes? Sometimes. That's completely normal, but it's about how we handle it. Open line of communication, and we will find a solution for that, right? No matter what, we're going to get it resolved so that we can keep it moving. And I think that is the biggest thing.